Okay, today we're going to talk about switching from a conventional diet to an organic diet. My son is 3. He has an allergy to artificial colors and some artificial preservatives and additives. And what this does is it causes him to be hyperactive, and he can get sluggish, and he also has breakouts on his skin. It's called eczema. We have an example of yellow 5 and 6 here. Your blue 1 and yellow 5 and 6 make the green. The red 40 and the blue 1. Red 40 is the biggest culprit to the linkage to hyperactivity. Okay, according to lifehacker.com, it says that in order for something to be organic, it has to have a sticker or a seal that says USDA organic or certified organic. And what this means, simply put, is that the ingredients have to be at least 95% certified organic. This means no pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, artificial colors, which are these artificial colors, artificial flavors, or preservatives. Okay, you're going to ask, why is this good for me? Why should I switch from conventional to organic? Isn't this more expensive? What's the benefits of it? According to Medical Daily, consumptions of elevated levels of things such as the herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, additives, and food colorings can cause different neurological problems such as Parkinson's disease. It is linked to cancer, hyperactivity, ADHD. You have your reproductive problems in adults. And this has been proven with short or long-term exposure. So whether you do short exposure and you've eaten organic diet your whole life, or you've, like most of us, have eaten conventional diets, it's bad for you. It destroys the tiny hairs that line the inside of your intestines that help move your food and process it. These chemicals are the same ones that kill bacteria and fungi on the plants. If they use it for the plants, it will kill the insides of your intestines slowly. Once you switch to this organic diet, your body starts to slowly eliminate all the negatives, the herbicides, the pesticides. They all build up in your body as toxins, and that's where you get the buildup where you have the risk of the cancer, neurological problems. And once you get these out of your system, it can take a couple weeks. Once you switch the diet, you'll notice that there's a difference in behavior in your children. There's a difference in your energy levels, not as sluggish, and it just gets everything going the way it should be. Now, most people think of organic diet as very, very expensive. They think it's extremely expensive. In all actuality, it's about 10% more than your typical groceries, but the benefits make up that 10% tenfold. Okay, according to NewYorkTimes.com, they have a 5-step process to switch over, to slowly, because to some it can be, if you're on a tight budget, it can cause problems. So the first step would be to switch your fruits and vegetables. Here we have some organic bananas. I've switched some of my stuff slowly, like this list has said. You start your fruits and vegetables because they have the highest concentrations on their skins. Most of us eat the skin of our apple, the skin of potatoes for baked potato. They have the higher concentrations, and it soaks into the fruits and vegetables. So that's the first thing you want to start. You want to switch your fruits and vegetables. Then you're going to go to your dairy, which is eggs, cheese, butter, milk, all of that. With the eggs, the chickens aren't treated with antibiotics. Their food is grain-free or free-range, which they eat off the ground, the bugs, grass seeds. And you have your the milk, the dairy cows are switched to the same kinds of diets. Then you have your meats and nuts, proteins. The animals are grain-fed or they're free-range fed. They're allowed to eat, without having the additives of the corn and GMOs, which are genetically modified organisms. And then you go to your pantry section, your flour, your boxed foods, macaroni and cheese, or your canned vegetables. You can buy those organic. That's, you switch in. Once you get all that, that's the main staples of your diet. You switch those over, that's good. Now we're going to talk about how it's good for the environment. People don't think organic is good for the environment. When you switch to an organic diet, what you're doing first off is the farmers that, whether they're animal farmers or plant farmers, they're taking all the pesticides, all the bad toxins out of your foods that they spray on there to keep the insects. They use more natural remedies for that. Then you have, it doesn't leak into the soil, it doesn't leak into the water. They actually rotate their crops properly. It's not in the air for everyone to breathe. Conventional diets, when you see farmers in their field, they're in suits, hazmat suits, because these things are so harmful to them. They don't use that, so you don't have that. So it's not on your food, it's not in your air, it's not in your soil, and it's not in your water. Secondly, it reduces the amount of byproducts. When you have cows, chickens, pigs, horses, anything like that, goats, you have their byproducts, which is their waste, their manure, and you don't know. Typically, it's just thrown in a dump; it's just thrown away. Well, with organic, they use this manure to enrich the soil with the nitrogens, and it feeds the plants. So you have that reduction. With plants, whenever they go through the plants, like your carrots, and they cut the tops off the carrots before they ship them out. They can use all this stuff for compost, which is also used to help feed the soil, to feed the animals, the food that they grow for the animals and the food that you eat. So you have a huge reduction, which means that's less that's going in a retention pond or in the dump. And then you have for the local economy. Typically, when you have a local organic farm, they sell locally, which helps boost the economy because people will buy the local food, which helps the farmer, which helps him produce more, and it's just a rotating door. So in general, it's very, very healthy. It's very good for you. It's good for the environment, and it's very cost efficient to switch to organic, and it's so much better for you.